Unbreakable, 2000. M. Night Shyamalan's Unbreakable isn't your typical superhero film. In fact, it's a superhero story pretending to be something else. A quiet psychological thriller about fate, fragility, and the human condition. Bruce Willis plays David Dunn, a security guard who survives a catastrophic train crash, the only survivor, without a single injury. Slowly, he begins to realize that his survival might not be luck, it might be destiny. The film explores heroism in its rawest form, not flashy powers or secret layers, but a man slowly waking up to his purpose. Samuel L. Jackson's Elijah Price, a comic book obsessed man born with brittle bones, becomes both David's mentor and his mirror, the villain who completes the hero's arc. Unbreakable was misunderstood on release. Its marketing hid the fact that it was about superheroes at all, making audiences expect another ghost story after The Sixth Sense. But over time, critics re-evaluated it as one of the smartest, most grounded superhero origin stories ever made. It had a budget of $75 million and its box office $248 million. This was a long time ago before the MCU became a formula and before M. Night Shyamalan made, this movie.
Don't do it. He'll die, Joseph.
Just shoot him once.
Joseph, listen to what your mother...
Kick-Ass, 2010. Kick-Ass is what happens when superhero dreams collide with brutal reality. It's foul-mouthed, over-the-top, and painfully human all at once. The movie follows Dave Lazowski, an average teenager who asks a simple but dangerous question. Why can't I be a superhero? That's what we all ask ourselves, right? He buys a green wetsuit online, calls himself Kick-Ass, and sets out to fight crime. But what starts as a goofy fantasy quickly turns into a nightmare of violence and consequence. Directed by Matthew Vaughn, Kick-Ass isn't about gods or mutants. It's about obsession, identity, and the absurdity of hero worship. When Dave meets Hit Girl and Big Daddy, a father-daughter duo of masked vigilantes, the film explodes into chaos. Chloe Grace Moretz's Hit Girl became an instant icon. Tiny, fearless, and brutally efficient. What makes Kick-Ass stand out is its honesty. It mocks superhero cliches while still celebrating what makes them powerful. Courage, selflessness, and belief in something greater. It's a movie that laughs at the genre and loves it at the same time. It had a budget of $30 million and it gained $96 million at the box office. Kick-Ass reminds us that being a superhero isn't about powers. It's about getting back up even when the world keeps knocking you down.
Mr. Bitey, come on. Back here, come on, let's get you home. Cue Mr. Bitey!
Sky High, 2005. Imagine Harry Potter but superheroes. That's Sky High. Set in a floating high school for young heroes, the film follows Will Stronghold, the son of the world's most famous superhero couple. But there's just one problem. Will hasn't developed any powers. At first glance, Sky High looks like a cheesy mid-2000s Disney flick, but beneath the teen comedy is a surprisingly thoughtful exploration of identity and expectation. It deals with the pressure of living up to your parents' legacy, the class divide between heroes and sidekicks, and the awkwardness of discovering who you really are. Kurt Russell and Kelly Preston play the ultimate superhero parents with charisma, while the younger cast nailed the awkwardness of high school life. It's lighthearted, it's funny, and it's full of charm. A rare superhero movie that doesn't rely on explosions, but rather empathy. It had a budget of $35 million, and it gained $86 million at the box office. It's a proof that you don't need dark tones or complex universes to make a great superhero movie. Sometimes, you just need a good story and a little heart. You just need a good story in every superhero movie.
I got my powers today.
Yes, we know, the principal called.
Hellboy, 2004. Guillermo del Toro's Hellboy is a masterpiece of monster filmmaking. It's about a demon who fights demons, a creature from hell raised by humans to defend the world from evil. Ron Perlman is Hellboy, cigar in mouth, horn sawed off, and a wisecrack for every punch. What sets this film apart is its blend of horror, humor, and humanity. Hellboy isn't your typical hero. He's grumpy, misunderstood, and questions whether he can ever truly be good. Del Toro's direction is pure visual poetry. Every creature, every shadow, every drop of color feels handcrafted from myth and folklore. It's gothic fantasy at its best, infused with warmth and melancholy. The film dives deep into the idea of destiny versus choice. Hellboy may have been born a weapon of apocalypse, but he chooses to protect humanity instead. That moral complexity, wrapped in a world of monsters and myth, makes Hellboy one of the most unique superhero movies ever made. It had a whopping budget of $66 million, and it gained $99 million at the box office.
What you looking at, John?
Oh, no. Nothing. Nothing at all.
Code Red.
Hey.
Chronicle, 2012. If the Blair Witch Project met X-Men, you'd get Chronicle. This found footage gem tells the story of three high school teens who stumble upon a glowing meteor that gives them telekinetic powers. At first, it's fun, flying around, pranking people, feeling invincible. But as one of them, Andrew, spirals into darkness, the story shifts into tragedy. His powers amplify his anger, loneliness, and trauma. And suddenly, a story about friendship turns into a chilling portrait of corruption and control. Shot on a mere $12 million budget, Chronicle feels terrifyingly real. The handheld camera style grounds the film, making the supernatural feel disturbingly believable. Director Josh Trank uses superpowers as a metaphor for adolescence, how fragile morality can be when you're given too much power too soon. It earned $127 million at the box office. I do think Chronicle is one of the smartest and most underrated superhero movies ever made, so you guys should check that out.
She's just looking at it. What you looking at, girl? Stay in school.
Dredd, 2012. Carl Urban steps into the iconic helmet of Judge Dredd, a futuristic cop, judge, jury,
Executioner!
and executioner rolled into one, and delivers a masterclass in stoic badassery. Set in the crime-ridden megacity 1, Dredd and his rookie partner, Judge Anderson, get trapped in a 200-story skyscraper controlled by the drug queen Mama, played by Lena Headey. What follows is a relentless, ultra-violent siege that feels like The Raid meets Blade Runner. Unlike the campy 1995 version, this adaptation doesn't flinch. It's cold, brutal, and visually stunning, filled with hypnotic slow-motion effects thanks to the fictional drug slow-mo. Critics praised its focus, style, and commitment to authenticity. Unfortunately, Dredd was a box office bomb, but in the years since, it gained a massive cult following for being one of the most faithful and exhilarating comic book adaptations ever. It had a budget of $45 million, but only gained $41 million worldwide.
You now have 20 seconds to comply.
It's you doing the complying, Judge. There's 10 of us. Only 2 of you.
The Crow, 1994. It was dark, even behind the scenes, tragic, and beautiful. The Crow is less a superhero movie and more a gothic opera about love, death, and revenge. Based on James O'Barr's comic, it tells the story of Eric Draven, a musician murdered alongside his fiancée, who rises from the grave a year later to avenge her. Brandon Lee's performance is magnetic, haunting, and poetic. Lee died during filming due to an on-set accident, but visually, The Crow is stunning. Rain-soaked streets, black trench coats, and a soundtrack that defined the grunge era. But beyond the aesthetic, it's about pain and redemption. Draven's journey is raw and emotional. A man literally brought back by love and grief. It had a budget of $23 million and gained $94 million worldwide.
Freeze! I saw your body, man. You died. You got buried.
You still have your hat on.
Hancock, 2008. Before anti-heroes became trendy, there was Hancock. Will Smith plays a drunk, foul-mouthed superhero who saves people and wrecks entire city blocks while doing it. The world hates him, the media mocks him. This sounds like real life. And honestly, he doesn't care.
Let them run their mouth.
Until a PR agent decides to fix his image. Talk about movie becoming a reality, you know? What starts as a comedy about a washed-up superhero turns into something deeper. A story about loneliness, immortality, and the cost of being different. Hancock isn't about saving the world. It's about saving yourself. While the film's tone shifts in the second half, its first hour is refreshingly original. A superhero movie that deconstructs fame, power, and redemption. Smith gives one of his most underrated performances, blending cynicism with heartbreak. It had a budget of $150 million, and it's because it's Will. It gained $629 million worldwide at the box office. So basically, Hancock walked so anti-heroes like Deadpool and the boys could run. That's 9 minutes. Thank you for watching. Like the video, and don't forget to subscribe for more flops.